sorry. This is Google thing.
What the fuck are you doing?
I was like, Google.
I mean,
Shout out.
oh yeah. So the OJ, like suddenly everybody's like, oh yeah, he seemed really weird. Like, bitch, you didn't see anything. And I don't mean bitch is only the woman's side, but
I mean it like female dog.
oh Jesus, no, I mean it as anybody.
No, I say bastard, bitch.
Of course you do.
Nah.
He would.
You would. Oh.
So yeah, suddenly everybody is able to see like what a person is. Why are we talking about this?
Well, because it goes hand in hand with political discussion. Because these are people judge you on your opinion on who you are. Like you say, I mean, I feel like this is one of the reason. What is it, Dave Chappelle? Like he says, "Oh, politics are always people keep it on the down low," and then that joke. But like, there's a reason to because people will just destroy you on like your opinion. Like you're in, say, Republicanville. I don't know if that is a city, but you're in Republicanville, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Abortions are all right. Well,
where's
Cleveland,
Fox
Ohio
News?
is not Republican. Yeah, well, I mean, there was the
Wichita, Kansas. If you existed.
So, and you say, oh, abortions are, you know what? They're pretty good. I mean, I'm a pretty big fan. I don't know why you would say I'm a big fan. I don't know who says they're a fan of abortions.
Should we say controversial things, Nico? Nico, what is your stance on abortion?
No, we're not doing that.
Exactly. We're not discussing that. All right.
Oh, I was about to drop the biggest racist card I could do on a bunch of. I was gonna use.
Why racist?
I'm gonna look up all the derogatory terms and drop them all, even ones against myself. I'll drop them
once.
Demonetized.
No, and what's weird is that it's not just the idea that they're going, they're disagreeing, right? It's that they're fighting. Imagine somebody just knows something. Right? Knows something better and then goes to a rally and then says, and has a video camera. They have a video camera. And then the video you see on YouTube, what's it going to be? Oh, this person gets roasted by this.
Gets
right?
destroyed.
Yeah, destroyed.
Pussy Hillary Clinton gets wrecked by Donald Trump. Like,
yeah,
what?
It's like,
what a bitch.
You know, you were so close and
like,
help it.
Like some YouTube channel that started some like drama. Like it was just a debate, boy. Chill out. It's not some big deal.
People should read how to make friends and influence people, and then learn how to help the situation.
People should influence how to read friends and
by Dale Carnegie. Shout out, but he's dead. But
shout out.
His ghost.
Shout out from the grave.
Like a kill from the grave. Yes, we play Halo. Shout out.
Shut up. Oh well. No, whatever. I won't talk about it.
Our show could be called Shout Out.
Shout out. So yeah, I mean, like a lot of what is it? Global warming is one of those things, or global climate change is one of those things that like the weirdest political topic. How it became a Democrat Republican thing, it makes no sense.
Al Gore.
Yeah, freaking Al Gore.
You
Screw
stupid
this
mother.
Like. It should, like, I can get, like, oh, like, Republicans are now on this side, okay? Mm-hmm. And then Democrats on this side. You cannot agree with the other side because then you lose your position in the Republican Party. That fact of life in this, like, political spectrum is retarded. And I don't mean it in that sense.
You have to say the word and then, like, cause a problem?
Can I say retarded? Is
no.
retarded? Okay.
Just say stupid or something. Jesus.
It is mentally disabled. No, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. Hey, it's
terrible.
Okay. He has mental illness over here. It's okay. I got the card.
I have the mental. I do have mental illness.
I have the mental ill card.
I have mental illnesses, people. For reals. Like, what is it?
Now,
GAD.
We don't joke about that.
SAD.
But I do. Wait.
ADHD.
If you want to joke,
all the D's.
So if I know you may not be able to joke about other people's mental illness, but this guy just joke about it. It's hilarious.
Comment on it.
You sound like you got ADHD. What an ADHD bitch! Like,
what an ADHD thing to say.
It's like, what does that even mean?
You're always rambling. Why don't you take your pills? Stuff like this.
He has got like
things I tell myself.
Such a like a low key schizophrenic. He got those voices in his head.
Anyway, what were you saying?
So no, like since politicians have to do their job to make money, to be hired or elected. We say hired. I mean, honestly,
that's what you're doing.
What?
Hiring, electing.
Yeah. So they want to make their big bucks, which is like how much do they make? $250K a year.
250.
I think. What is
For
like
what?
U.S.
I could sit around and make up ideas and then not do anything about them. I could do them all day.
Oh no, it's not 250. It's 174.
Do that all day. Oh, okay.
But then again, they make a ton of money off their donations.
Of
I think
course.
some got. I think one of the max got like 250,000 in donations.
Shit, who was that?
I don't remember who it was, but like
Bernie Sanders.
I mean, low
Shut
key though, if I was a politician, I would take all of the donations. I'd be like, yeah, I'll talk to you, and then I'll just like backstab them.
You're like Always Sunny in Philly.
Because I may not only get elected for 4 years, but I'll have like $300,000 for that 4 years. It's relaxed.
Shout out.
Or no,
did you ever see that episode?
What?
And Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
ran for president?
No, they run for office. It was either mayor or senator, and they just do it because Frank says it's a big scam.
It's true. It is true.
Anyway,
it is a big scam.
So,
Yeah. So I mean, when you consider how much they make, the risk of losing your job, and especially since politicians don't always have a backup plan. I mean, there are like Rand Paul, I think, is a doctor. That one Brian Carson guy. I don't know if it's Brian. Ben
Carson. Shout out Ben Carson.
Yes. The neurosurgeon, I think. He has. I mean, he has a backup career, but like certain people that like are politicians for careers. I mean, they don't really have backup plans, and it's a very risky position to say, you know, we need to fight global change together. And in your base, who are Republicans, are going to be like, no, we don't like the way they're dealing with the topic. We don't think that's that way. I mean, a lot of people who are Republican are even slightly like, we think that there's some sort of thing, but we think that the Democrats are blowing out of proportion or even saying something different. And it's possible it's true. I mean, some of the evidence they use, of course, is not exactly factual information. That's a big problem with political discussion as well. They bring false information. That's a debate.
They have to win more than they have to debate and figure stuff out. Now, we're not saying that global climate change is not a thing. We definitely...
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if exactly I agree with the Democrat definition. I agree with my own definition, but I won't tell you what it is.
I think we're absolutely fucked as a human species.
What a coward. I think we're going to be just fine if we just clean up Iraq. Kind of like an alcohol.
Iraq? Clean up Iraq? Invade Iraq? Okay.
You can't prove that.
Do you think there's a kind of thing where there's a way of life that anti-climate change goes against? In the sense that, you know, I can't drive trucks now.
I can't burn coal on my backyard for no reason anymore.
If you're a coal miner, are they going to work with you to get new jobs? I would be fine if they got coal miners and they trained them a little bit at a time.
Hey, you're starting to form an opinion here.
You know? Stuff like that.
We're starting to form
I can form opinions. But that's not what they're going to do, or as far as I know. And people want to keep their jobs and CEOs want to keep their jobs, and maybe they don't want to. Didn't one company that was invested by the U.S. like failed?
Yeah,
it was a green company?
The Obama invested a ton into like a solar company,
right?
Tanked like a mother.
So, in a business perspective, let's say you want to, you work with coal, right? You're a CEO of coal. Should you
big coal?
Should you stop doing coal and go into that when that has failed? I think it's a better idea. You know, it's definitely more niche
it does seem like a lot of discussion doesn't seem to actually focus on the people of helping them. It does seem a lot to be on these a lot of it's big money. I mean,
logical, rational.
They really try to bake. I mean, sometimes the politicians are just like, you have to wonder like, why is it just seems a lot of times they're helping big money, not like the little guy. I mean, most of us aren't the 1%, so why is the 1% getting the focus of a lot of policies? I mean, I'm not saying all the policies are made to even make them more money. I'm just saying a lot of the policies seem to like constrict and manipulate and maybe press down certain companies and put restrictions. Like, I mean, I know we need restrictions on larger companies, but at the same time, like, how about us little guys out here? We need some money too. We need some regulations. We would love some regulations in our little town. I mean, maybe some water regulations. Flint, Michigan, shout out. Sorry.
That's a weird shout out.
I'm sorry.
You need water regulations. Shout out.
We'll send water.
Don't tell them. Don't make stuff like that. We're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poseidon, send water. Poseidon, please.
Who's the god in Norse mythology? Vikings, by the way. Shout out. Great show. Watch it on Amazon Prime.
Great political discussion.
Who's the Norse? Who's the Norse?
You do have political discussion.
I don't know. Thor. No, he's lightning. So.
Can you see the lightning? Can you see the thunder?
Hey, let's spoil Avengers.
Batman dies. Sorry about
I
that.
thought
one.
Superman died.
No, he lives.
Did we not see the same movie?
Nah.
No. Actually, we didn't see Avengers. So spoil it in the comments, jerks. Don't. Jerks.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Anyway, what are we doing? What are we talking about? What was the last thing we were saying? Something about Ben Carson.
Yeah. So,
they have things to fall back on. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of politicians are. This is their career, and they need to make money off it. So, they have to stick to their Republican principles. You see, a lot of Republicans stick to their Republican principles like real strong. So
they don't think independently, and it's not about the independent party. Fuck that party. Independent, as in.
Yeah, and it's not even they're really allowed to think independently.
No, they have to. They're
they have to get. They have to get. Yeah, but you elect. But the thing is, you elect a person. But that's not how it works. You don't just elect the person. People say, "Oh, the Republicans control the majority." The fact that the Republicans control the majority of Congress, or Democrats control the majority of control the majority. Words are hard. The fact that exists makes no sense. Why these are, even though they're Republicans, they're conservatives, they have certain opinions on things that come from their party. When there's a thing that's not straightforward, they shouldn't just go back to the standard Republican thought. Every person should do their own research. They even get, I'm pretty sure they get assistance. I don't get assistance for my research. I have to do it all on my own. So they have to research, and they're making form their own opinions. And I mean, maybe that would be worse. Maybe it'd be better. I don't know. At least then they would be informed on their idea in the political discussion. Sometimes I feel like when you hear the politicians debate, it's like they're speaking from somebody else what they told them. They're saying what they're supposed to say. They're saying the stance that Republicans have. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. And that's a big thing for Trump, too. He did form a lot of his own opinions. Whether or not they were great or not is not the thing on there.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who would say a different thing in a different state. Like, he's in one state, I'm going to do this. In another state, I'm going to do this. Oh, you
think he was? Apparently,
I have no idea.
There were videos of Hillary Clinton changing her accent in different places.
That's a little different. Even I fucking do that. You know, that's the kind of thing.
Calm down.
That it doesn't, the rational, logical thing. That's rational, but it's not logical.
Yeah, but it's manipulation, though.
Is it?
It is. It's trying to conform to make them seem safer to them.
I mean, it's the kind of thing, like, the manipulation would be based on if...
why can't a man be judged on his own content?
Why he did it.
And man is
why
mankind.
she did it, right?
Why she did it.
Like, why... Jesus, Nico, you cutting me off, and now I can't think. Like, was it manipulation? You can't read people's mind. That's another thing. Mind reading is a cognitive bias that a lot of people do. And you can't do that. You can't just immediately assume that it's manipulation, right? You can't just assume that it's manipulation just because you see it as that, right? But here's an idea. What was it? Fucking. I need to clear my brain.
I'm not doing anything.
He's not even doing anything. This stuff. No, but I wanted to cut you off, but I didn't.
What?
I should have cut you off so I could say what I was going to say.
Say what you need to say.
Did you know that thing? Okay, so it seems like senators and representatives, it's like they're a package. Right? You're voting on a package. Yeah, so they provide a package, and you have to decide, is this package I want or this package I want? And what we're saying, or what you're saying, or what we're saying is that we shouldn't think of them as packages,
but as people.
But as people who can think independently and decide.
But you know what they generally think about certain. You have your standard topics of abortion, foreign policy. You have their standard topics. But not all the straightforward. Not in Congress, they don't just do straightforward topics.
I think we should vote more. I think we should vote ourselves for more things. Like instead of Congress voting on a thing, we should vote for that very thing and see how it goes. Fuck representation.
But then we have no taxation.
That's not what I mean.
No taxation without representation. Facts.
Yeah, but we represent ourselves individually.
I can't do that. I can't trust myself.
You can't?
I don't trust myself to vote for myself.
Do you not vote?
That's very ominous, like it. So yeah, I mean, political discussion really should just be a lot more informed. I mean, we both agree this should just be more informed. People, when they discuss things, really need to learn the facts. And the thing is that you shouldn't punish them too hard if they don't.
The facts. You should see the situation. You should see multiple sides and try to figure out what are the cold hard facts and try to see through the bullshit too. Because sometimes the facts might be the wrong facts. Like what was it? 17 school shootings. One of them, only one of them was during school hours, right? Like they presented it was like 17 school shootings, and it was like only one of them or something like that.
It was like actually in the school, I think.
Yeah, a lot was in the parking lot. A lot was in the parking lot. One guy,
and one was in the bathroom. Like somebody shot him. A lot of people shoot themselves, I guess. Is what?
Yeah.
And those are counted.
Yeah, or the accidental discharge in a gun class by a police officer, right? And it's not good that happens, but it's entirely different situation than a school shooting as we know it. But you'll get that statistic, and that will be your fact. Yeah. So you have to watch out for that too.
And one thing I want to touch up on too is the debate technique that I remember hearing about. I think it was on Curiosity. Shut up. It was hilarious because like the way to win was just to throw as many fake facts as possible, fake things, claims, and they won't, because of time limits, they won't be able to debate all the fake things you said, and you'll win by default. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's freaking good, but also,
but don't do that.
But it's like that seems like a lot of way political discussion's done today. I mean,
that's like quick scoping in COD.
Okay,
no, I fucking hate that.
You're gonna piss off FaZe Clan.
Guys, stop quick scoping.
Keep quick scoping. It's lit.
Fuck that.
420 quick scope.
Play like a real person.
So, but I feel like a lot of people do that unintentionally. Like they throw fake
quick
things.
Scope?
No,
they throw things.
They throw
fake facts.
They like feel like they keep having to say things because they keep like losing arguments, and they're like, "I'm just gonna say this," and like they just like are crazy. You can't beat. Robin Williams, I think, got a quote where it's like, "You can't argue with stupid. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience." And I'm like, that's hilarious too. But shout out from the grave.
Shout out from the grave.
You didn't see that, but I bumped my chest twice and raised my hand fist.
What?
I felt like we need to call that out. That's how I honor the dead.
Dale Carnegie. All right.
I don't honor Dale Carnegie.
Why would you not? He wrote a good book. He wrote 2 good books. You just haven't read them. He wrote 3 good. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if we have much left to talk about this, do we?
Yeah, guys. Yeah. Discuss things nicely.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be nice. You can get heated. You can get involved. People get inspired. But I feel like part of the thing is...
No, you have to be nice. You have to be nice, you idiot. Anyway.
Yeah, just, calm it down and actually try to think of what they are saying rather than listen as well as speak.
Don't get personal. Don't get
you
personal.
Fat fuck.
All right, so I guess we're signing off. So this is
Nico and
show.
Kratos.
Hope you're watching Kratos. And why Nico?
Because you're Kratos.
Nico and Kratos.
If you've seen Kratos from the new God of War, that's what Guigo looks like.
Pretty much.
A little bit more
bald
tubby.
head, beard. Shut up.
Tubbier.
Right, so we're signing off.